हाँ मैडम, वो हमजा साहब वो आप चलिए।
हाँ जी, 1 मिनट स्टार्ट हो जाएगा सर।
1 बजे
हाँ जी सर,
तो
आफ्टर 2 मिनट।
आपका टूर
आ जाओ। कहाँ से आए हो? जनरल है क्या कैंडिडेट? पहले फोन पे बात हुई थी किससे? कौन जी बैठे हैं अभी? कौन जी बैठे हैं? बैठ जाओ, पहले से बैठे हैं, एडमिशन वाले बैठे हैं, वो चले जाए उसके बाद भेजेंगे। क्या कर रखा है? किसका एडमिशन है? क्या कर रखा है? किसी से? तो
Good morning and good afternoon to all of you.
morning, ma'am.
I welcome you all on this day 22 and session 21 of International Short-Term Course on Research and Publication Ethics. And so far we have done so many sessions. Now, yesterday we have learned the key points how to prepare an effective research proposal. Now today we have another very important topic to learn, discuss and understand the core and essence of journal finder, journal suggestion tool with like Zen, Elsevier, Journal Finder and Springer. My dear participants, today we have invited an eminent resource person from Nigeria, Mount University, Nigeria, Kano. So let me introduce our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Hamza Sabo Muhammad. He is Assistant Professor in Department of Physiotherapy, School of Health Sciences, University, Nigeria, Kano. He has done his Master of Philosophy from LPU, means Lovely Professional University, Pagaya, Punjab, and right now he is pursuing his doctoral in doctorate of philosophy in physiotherapy, specialization in orthopedics and sports, which is about to complete and undergo. The skills are possessed, and he is excellent in SPSS and many of the Microsoft packages, manual therapy concepts, tele-rehabilitation. Sir has participated in several workshops and completed many certification programs, which are far away to mention all of these in this introductory part. So I welcome you and invite you, sir. Now the session is yours and share your experience on this given important topic, James and finder of as well and other research tools.
Okay, thank you, ma. Am I audible?
Sir, you are not audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Can everybody hear me? Ma, can I proceed?
Yes, you can proceed.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me to participate in this great short-term program on research and publication ethics organized by Mastnath University. I was introduced. My name is Hamza Sabu Muhammad from Mori Abacha American University of Nigeria. So our topic of discussion today is on journal finder and journal suggestion tools. So we'll see how we can find and identify several journals of our needs when we are ready to publish our paper. So is my screen sharing okay? Is my screen sharing?
Yes, we are able to see your screen. You can proceed, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, ma'am. Okay, we'll see the content of this lecture. So the content of this lecture will be in regard to, we'll see what is called an ideal journal, what an ideal journal should be. And secondly, we'll see what is open access publication model. And then we'll proceed to predatory journals. Then we'll proceed to finding a journal for your article. Then popular journals finding and suggestion tools. Then benefit of using journal finding tools. So these are the content that we'll see in today's
Sir, slide is not moving.
slide. Is not showing.
Sir,
It's on first slide.
Sir, as you will say that you will have to move to the next slide, kindly give me the hint so that I can move it from here.
Okay, ma'am. Now move to the next content. Journals, what are they? Okay.
Is it now okay?
Is it okay now?
Yes, content. Second slide is there.
Okay, ma'am. After content, we'll move to journals. So what are they? When we say journals, what are they? So a journal is a scholarly publication containing articles authored by experts in a particular field, including researchers and professors. So when we say journal, we are talking about. So when we say journal, we are talking about articles which has been. When we say journal, we are talking about scholarly publications that contain articles which has been authored by many experts in research, like researchers and professors. So there are so many journals. For example, we have magazines, we have newspapers, and they are all considered as what? As journals. But the target audience if you look at academic journals and other journals, what is the difference? The main difference is the target audience, as newspaper and magazine targeted the general public, while academic journals targeted specific audience, such as academicians and other technical audience. So when we talk about journals, we are simply talking about a scholarly publication which is done by experts in many technical and professional fields of academic researches. So in academia, a journal refers to a scholarly publication that is peer reviewed. So a peer review publication which is being published in a journal, that is what we refer to as journal in regard to academia. So next slide, Ma. So we'll look at now what is called an ideal journal article. For an article to be published in a journal, what are the ideal characteristics and features that those articles should possess? Number one, they have to be an original research. It has to come from you. You know, while publishing or while submitting your manuscript to any journal, you have to sign a disclaimer. You have to sign an agreement which shows that that work is an original work of you. It's not a work that you took from somebody. It is made by you. You have to sign that agreement that this work is my own work and I do not take it from anyone. The second one, I rigorously be reviewed. So I peer reviewed. An article must be peer reviewed in order to be published in a particular journal. So it has to undergo a peer review process. Then next thing that we need to see is that they focus on current development. So most journals, they accept articles in which they are of current development. They have to look at what are the scenarios, what are the things that are going on, what did you bring to the table? So they have to make sure that what you bring to the table is of current development or is of current scenario that is happening. Then the next thing is that we'll see that for them to accept your work, you must have citation and bibliographies. You have to show the originality of your work. How did you get the information? And you have to cite others for them to get the credit of their work too. So when we look at article again, when we look at journals again, we will see that they can come in two different forms, or they can come in three different forms. One can be online, offline, and hybrid. So in today's world, they are mostly online, but some journals prefer to, many of the journals give also what do you call this, hard copy. So we can see journals in two or three different forms, can be hybrid, online, and in print. So next slide, Ma. So when we look at what is called open access publishing model, an open access publishing model is a broad international movement that seeks to grant free and open online access to academic information such as publications and data. So it's because of this free access international movement, that's why we are able to have access to a number of academic information nowadays, and that's why a number of journals came into play in today's modern world. Unlike before, when you look at it, you have to pay a subscription fee, usually via libraries, and that's how you can get access to academic information. But this movement initially started in Germany long way back, and a lot of countries and a lot of people have adapted to it, which make academic information to be accessible and free of charge. So we'll see that open access is a publishing model for scholarly communication that makes research information available to readers at no cost. So me as a researcher, all I need to do is just to go online, search articles, search the information, is there free of cost. So as opposed to the traditional subscription model in which readers have access to scholarly publications by paying a subscription fee, usually via libraries. So it's like what I explained initially, traditionally, you have to pay a subscription fee to get access to academic information, whereby because of this free access publishing model that many countries and many people have adapted to it, that's why a number of journals come into role and they are giving that information for free. That's why a lot of women come into role. So next slide. So there is no way we can talk about journals without talking about predatory journals. So a predatory journals, what happened? What are they? They just simply take advantage of open access publishing model. So the open access publishing model that come into, like we know, everything has advantages and has disadvantages. So due to that open access publishing model, they just simply charge a fee for publication and without offering a standard peer review or editing services. So they do not offer any, they do not rigorously, when you submit your article, these journals, what they do, they just make it a marketing business. You just submit your article and the next day your article is published. So, which is very, very wrong. An ideal journal or an ideal journal article must be rigorously reviewed by the reviewers. And if there's any correction or any correction or editing or anything that needs to be done, they will send you that information back that you need to correct this part, you need to correct this part, you need to take a look of this, you know. And another second important thing of this peer reviewing process is that they rigorously screen the paper. They have to make sure that that work is original. So they have, most people tend to skip that aspect. So when they skip that aspect, it becomes just a work that's been published, but without authenticity. Another thing, predatory publishers do not follow best practices of academic publishing. The best practice of academic publishing is to undergo that rigorous reviewing process. They solicit an easy access manuscript and offer rapid peer reviewing publication. They just offer rapid peer reviewing publication without rigorously undergoing that process, that peer reviewing content. So in contrast, high quality academic journals take their time. A high quality academic journals, what they do, they take their time, they review and before publishing that articles, because manuscripts in this context are rigorously reviewed and edited in preparation for publication. So they have to review it and rigorously edit it before it gets online for everybody to see. So next slide, Ma. So as we understand now what predatory journals are, so how can you avoid a predatory journal before you move to publication? So before you submit your paper to a predatory journal, so what you need to do, there are a number of checklists, there are a number of ways that you can avoid. But here I just took one component, which is developed by Research Medical Library. So what they say is that the first thing you need to do is just to identify a journal. Once you identify a journal, let's say I want to publish in so journal. So as I identify the journal, the next thing is to undergo journal assessment. So is the journal assessment that will tell you that is that paper predatory or not. So based on Research Medical Library, what they do, they develop a tool to help authors make informed decisions about manuscript submission. So they will give you an information and guide you in order to make a decision by yourself on how to submit this model. So what they do, they develop, the tools focus on 3 key indicators of quality. So they have 3 key indicators of quality, and it's meant to provide a way for others to quickly assess whether a journal is legitimate or questionable. So these 3 key indicators of quality, once you go through them, it will give you an idea, or it will give you a very good overview of the journal, whether it's legitimate. If you went through the checklist, you will see a number of questions. So you need to answer all the questions regarding that. As we are not here to discuss predatory journals, so I give the link below. You can see the link. It says submit.org/journals. So the way the link is, that's how it is. If you open the page, there is a column for think, and in think they have a lot of questions that they are asked. Then the next thing is checklist. So there are a number of checklists. They will ask you questions like ISSN number of the journal, information, peer reviews information, a lot of information regarding the journal. So what you need to do is complete the checklist and submit your manuscript only if you answer yes to most or all the questions. So if the checklist do not complete while you are answering the questions, so do not submit your paper to that, because the journal is questionable. So always submit your paper when you rigorously identify the journal and you identify that this journal is legitimate. It's not a predatory journal. So next slide, Ma. So the next thing you will see, finding a journal for your article. So how can you find a journal for your article? So this is the step where this topic comes into. So the moment you have an article ready to publish, the first step is to find or identify some reputable journals. So here we're talking about reputable journals to publish your work. So how can you find a reputable journal, not a predatory journal? So journal suggestion tools will help you to identify journals that may be of interest in publishing your article. So these tools that we're going to see will help you to identify a journal that you might be interested in publishing your article. You will need to enter, what you just have to do, you need to enter the title and description of your paper in order to receive list of suggestions. So if you go to a journal suggestion tool, like we'll see them later, when we are going down. What you just have to do is just some tools will require title only, some tools will require abstract information, some tools will require just keywords. So as you enter those keywords, they will give you a similar journals that are of good index, or which can be a very good for your paper. So next slide, ma. So here we'll look at some popular journal finding tools. We'll look at Elsevier Journal Finder. We'll look at Springer Journal Suggester. We'll look at GEN, which stand for Journal/Auto Name Estimator. We'll look at Wiley's Journal Finder. So we'll look at these four, and we'll see how we can use these four popular journal finders to find a similar journal that can be of use to us while we are ready to publish our work. So next slide, ma. So let's look at journal suggestion tools for Elsevier. If you look at the top of the slide, I have input an address in which if you click the address, which you will see down, it will take you a page. So what is this Elsevier Finder? So Elsevier Journal Finder uses smart search technology, field of research, specific vocabularies to match your articles to Elsevier journals. So it's searched among more than 2,500 published journals published by Elsevier. So once you input the keywords, the information, specific vocabularies, this Elsevier Journal Finder will go along the index of Elsevier and it will search among or more than 2,500 journals that are under Elsevier, and they'll give you a similar impress to your article. So next slide, ma. So if you look at here, as I click the Elsevier Journal Finder, journalfinder.elsevier.com, as I click it, it took me to a page which is similar to this. I screenshot the page and I paste it. If you look at down, you can see it says, find the right journal for your research. So what you have to do, just I tend to use match my abstracts. So you can input your abstracts in the column below, or search by keywords, aim, scopes, and title. So for example, now I choose to use my abstract. So I have a work that I have done earlier, which I want to cite it as an example. So in the next slide, we'll see how I paste my abstract in the column. And what I did, I just pressed find my journal. So in the next slide, you can see the list of journals that has been brought to me, in which I need to take a look into those journals. So what they do, they just simply find a match. Automatically, you have seen that it has detected that I need journals related to physiotherapy, journals related to industrial economics, journals related to medical informatics. So you can see it automatically detects my field of study, my field of work, and it has given me a similar match, or a very good match to my work. So what I need to do as a researcher, or as somebody who is willing to publish his article, I just have to take a look into those journals. So I will take a look into those journals one by one, maybe till I find the right one that I want. Maybe based on the publishing fee that they are charging. Maybe if you look at the first one, physiotherapy, they are charging over $3,000. So you can see it's too much maybe for me to publish this kind of paper. So I will move to other one. I will move to other one till I find the right one. And it doesn't mean even if it's expensive, you cannot publish. There are some journals that offer funding. So they can offer funding. You just have to write a very good proposal that you need to publish your paper in this paper, but you need funding opportunity. So they give you those opportunity. So in the next slide, we'll see that I tend to open the first one, which shows physiotherapy. And if you look at it, it gives me a lot of information about the journal. You can see the impact factor of the journal at the side, which is saying 3.1, and citation score, which is 6.4, and it gives me information about the journal. And if you look at it below, it shows me the charging fee they are charging, and the number of days, like how my work, the number of days my work will take before it gets published through this journal, if I want to publish my work on this journal. So you can see they offer you all the information that you need. And if you scroll in this journal, if I scroll in this journal, I'll find a lot of more information that I want. So now let's look at Springer. So one thing with journal finders, if you look at them, they are almost similar. So the technology they use is almost similar in all directions. So in Springer, let's look at what they do. They use their journal matching technology to find relevant journals based on your manuscript details. So based on your manuscript details, they find relevant journals that are available to you. So Springer Nature publishes over 22,900 journals in almost all subject areas. So as I click on the link above, links.springer.com/journals, if you go to the next slide, you will see that it has taken me to a page which is similar to Elsevier, but the only difference is that it says enter your manuscript. You can see it's just the outlining that is different. So it says enter a manuscript title or abstract option or abstract, which is optional. So I can tend to use my title or I can tend to use abstract. And below is also optional. I can tend to use keywords. So go to the next slide, Ma. You will see that I tend to use the same abstract that I use in Elsevier. And what I did, I just paste the abstract, and in the key point column, I paste my key point: telerehabilitation, concurrent validity, intra-rater reliability, face-to-face, neurodynamics testing. As I paste them, what I did, I just press find journal, find journals. So in the next slide, you will see how it has given me a number of journals, a number of information regarding those journals. All I have to do is just have to take a look to those journals. You can see Journal of Medical System, European Spine Journal, Journal of Clinical Monitoring and Computing. So you can see it has already gathered the information within my article, within the information that I have provided, within the little information I provided. It has gathered a number of articles, or it has extracted from 2,900 journals. It has given me the perfect match that I can use to identify which journal is suitable for me. So you can see all the information within these journals. So for example, now I tend to click on the first one, Journal of Medical System. And next slide, you will see that how Journal of Medical System, as I click, how it has appeared. So I can see overview of the journals. And if you click on the next slide, is a half of the page that I cropped. So in the first slide, I put the other half. In the second slide, I put the other half. So I can see the key areas where this journal accept work from: mobile health, implementation, science. So automatically it has detected, because it's a telerehabilitation paper, it has detected that it's something related to mobile health. That's why it's been this journal as an option to me. All I have to do, I just have to go through the paper, look at their information. I have to look at the impact factors, submission to post decision. Like once you submit your paper, how long will it take to post respond to you? How long would the paper take? All the informations are available. If you look at the other side of the paper, you see a column or a subheadings which say ethics and disclosure. So once I go in, I will see what are the ethical principles, what are the rules that I needed in those papers. So I have to look at, if I want to publish in this paper, I have to abide by all their rules, all their information. So you can see it has saved me a lot of work instead of just providing my manuscript and submitting directly. I have to look at the journal, look at their specific requirements, and then I will edit my paper, or I will arrange my paper based on their requirement and before sending it. So it will save me a lot of time, and it decreases chances of rejection from those papers. So the next thing is, let's look at the other tool in the next slide, which is journal/auto name estimator. So what does it do? This is supported by biosemantic group. So the system, what does this system do? It will match the information you enter within the journals in PubMed. So this gen only search information within PubMed only. So it does not search information outside the collection of PubMed. So it searches within PubMed. So it's limited to only certain specific areas, maybe for us in health sciences. So as I click on gen.biosemantics.org, so I'll see a page similar to this. And if you look at the page, it shows that insert your title or abstract. So if you look at the next slide again, you will see how I input my title. So there you will see that what I did, I just copy my abstract and I paste it. But in Gen, what I tend to use, I just put the title of my article. So as I put the title of my manuscript, concurrent validity and reliability of internet-based neurodynamic testing among patients with cervical radiculopathy. And what I will do next.
Sir.
Yes, ma.
Sorry to make you interrupt. Actually, slides are not clearly visible. They are showing some blackish box. So I'm restarting the slide, and tell me which number of slide you want to on the screen. So just give me 1 minute so that I can restart the slides.
Okay, ma.
Till then you can summarize what we have done.
Okay. So from where do you want me to continue?
You can summarize in few words. Till then I will try to start the PPTs.
Okay, ma. So what we are discussing about here, we are talking about journal finders and journal selection tools. So how are we going to use journal finders in order to simplify our work? So simply, we have journal finders for a highly reputable journals or highly reputable Jane and others and Wiley's. For example, these are the four most popular that I choose to demonstrate here. So what I simply do, I just have to go through those journal finders. And as I click in the link, it will take me to a page which specifically is instructing me to insert either my abstract or my topic name or my keywords. So once I insert either my abstract, my topic name, or my keywords, it will take me to a list of journals that are under that index. For example, journals that are under Springer or journals that are under Elsevier. So they will take me directly to those journals in which they are similar to the field that I inputted or I configured those my keywords to. So all I have to look at just journals, and I have to look at the informations in each and every journal. So it will really save my work. It really saved my work. Instead of going blindly searching for journals randomly, automatically it search among, let's say, more than 2,000 journals that are available within those index. And they will give me a prepared, based on the keyword, they will give me a prepared journals that are